Hi guys, so EX01 is out and the big deck from that is Machinedramon, which I've built and I've really been enjoying it, so I just thought I'd go through my deck list and just sort of explain how the deck works and my deck building decisions. So to start off with, we have the Tamas, so going for 4 Pagamon from BT6 on deletion. Real top card of your deck, and if it's black Digimon, you put it in your hand, otherwise it goes to the bottom of your deck. You play pretty much most of your Digimon are black. So yeah, it's just a good way to get an additional resource. And the fifth one is the Kapurimon. You play a lot of blockers, so you get an extra 1,000. It's just the fifth egg. It doesn't really matter all that much. You know, you're really using the Pagamon mostly. Then on to the threes. So we've got 4 of the EX01 Higurumon, 3 Chumon, and 3 of the BT5 Commandermon. So you've got the Higurumon, which is on play. You can trash Digimon with Machine or Cyborg in its trait, which is most of your deck, to draw 2. So it's a really good way to get your level 5s in trash and just cycle through more of your deck. Playing that at 4 because it's the one you want to see the most. 3 Chumon, it's not like hyper critical in a lot of matchups, but for some matchups it can be really useful. To start your opponent getting memory, except with Tamer effects. And then you've got the Commandermon, which is a level 3 blocker. It's also a Cyborg, so it is useful and it has some synergy with the deck. Then on to the forwards, we've got 3 Mechanorimon and 3 of the EX01 Guardramon. So the Mechanorimon, for those that don't know, is a blocker that when it deletes an opponent's Digimon your opponent's turn in battle, it survives, you can unsuspend it. So against things like Rookie Rush or Diaboromon, where they're attacking with lots of little guys, that's really key to stopping them swinging a lot of times. And then you've got the Guardramon, which is blocker and has the inheritable that when attacking you can trash something with Machine or Cyborg in its traits to draw 2. So the same effect as the Higurumon. Again, really good for cycling through your deck. And yeah, it's really good in the deck. More blockers, obviously very good for black. Then on to the 5s is sort of like the biggest impact that you'll have on the deck. So I've got 2 of the EX01 Andromon, which goes alongside the EX01 Metatyrannomon. Both have when Digivolving you reveal the top card of your deck, and you can add a level 6 Digimon with Machine that traits among them to your hand. Trash the remaining ones. So this is good for digging for your Machinedramon, and I'm also playing the Gundramon, so it can help search that. And both have opponent's turn when this has Machine that traits, gain Andromon gives blocker, Metatyrannomon gives reboot. Also playing 2 BT6 Gigadramon, which is also treated as red, which is relevant in the deck, but the inheritable is during your opponent's turn it gains 2k. The Starstick Megadramon, which is just inheritable blocker, doesn't require a specific typing. The BT6 Volcanomon, which gives it secure attack +1 as long as your opponent has an unsuspended Digimon. And then the 2 non-blacks I'm playing are 2 Megadramon. So there we go. So this one's the EX01, which is on play delete up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon with 3k or less. You're not ever hard playing this, ideally. The reason you're playing it is for, well, this has Machine that traits, gain security attack +1. So these 2 can give your Machinedramon +2 security checks. And then this one is during your turn it gives +2k. So you really want like one of the blockers, the reboot, the +2k during your opponent's turn, and then some combination of these. So yeah, those are the level 5s. I don't want to play more than 2 of any of them because you have to have different names for Machinedramon, which is why you play 2 different versions of blocker, because that's sort of like the most important inheritable to have is blocker, because obviously you need to delay your opponent. The reboot's really good. Means you can swing and then you'll still have a blocker. The 2k during your opponent's turn is just for specific matchups where you need to push that 11k up to like the 13. And then the security attack +1s and higher attack during your turn is just to be a bit more aggressive. On to level 6s. 4 Machinedramon. This is the heart and soul of the deck. This is namesake. So this is on play. You can place up to 5 red and or black cards with Cyborg in its traits and different card numbers from your hand, and or trash in this sources to gain 1 memory for each. So the ideal is that it costs 7 and you put 5 underneath it, as we just discussed. its DP can't be reduced, so it's really good against yellow, and if it would be deleted, you can trash 2 level 5 Digimon from its sources instead. So it has a really good matchup against muskets as well. Then the Gundramon, it inherently has a blocker, and when digivolving, reveal top 5, use an option card with memory cost 7 or less. Without it's paying its memory cost, trash remaining cards. If you don't use an option card with the effect, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with play cost 4 or less. Spoiler, I don't play any 7 cost options. You're using this to mill and have a blocker. It's also, you can grab it off of the Andromon or the Machinedramon. On to level 7s, I'm playing 2 Alter S. I feel this is the most impactful, and you can get it off to really good effect. Because if your opponent goes wide, then you can just ruin the board. And when attacking, you can make it unblockable for the turn by returning one that's level 6 to your hand. So that just means you get if you're using it on Machinedramon, you get the Machinedramon back to hand. If you have like the the Megadramon from the starter deck, it makes this a blocker as well, which is, a 15k blocker is just nuts. It is a Holy Warrior, so it's not machine, so you don't get the Andromon or the Machinedramon. I don't know why I blank on the name. So that's the monsters. Everything apart from the 2 Alter S and the 2 Megadramons are black, so that's good for Pagamon. Onto the options. 4 Ultimate Connection. This is 1 cost, trash level 5 Digimon with Cyborg and its traits to your hand to gain 2 memory and draw 1. So any of your level 5, you discard it, gain 2 memory and draw 1, so it's a +1 and +1 draw. It's really good for getting stuff in your trash. 2 black memory boost just to help you dig, and it also means you have that extra 2 memory when you need it. 2 Iron Fist Onslaught. It's just a really strong option. Deletes pretty much. It'll pretty much only ever delete 1 guy, but occasionally you get off delete 2 with it, so that's really useful. Onto the Tamers, I've gone for 2 Izzy and Joe, 2 Izzy, 2 Analog Youth. The Analog Youth is really good because it lets you dig for your guys. You can try and trash level 5s. You do get when one of your level 5 or higher Digimon with the Delusion card is deleted, you can suspend it to game 1 and hatch new egg. It is useful. It does come up. The 2 Izzy and Joe is, like, if you can force your opponent to only have 1 guy out, that's great, because people will try and play around this. So if you're just sat with like 1 big blocker and this, and your opponent's not wanting to play into this, it's really useful. Otherwise, you're getting two free memory. And then I did feel like it needed a memory tamer in it. So Izzy is arguably one of the better ones. I'm not super keen on Izzy, but I can see why it's good. And I like Tai. It pushes your guys up by a K, but in this deck, I'd rather have the 3 cost one, if you can make it 3 cost. So that is the deck. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the deck video. I have really been enjoying this deck, and I've been playing it quite a lot. Comment below if you have anything you want to ask me or discuss with me. I'm always open for chatting with people about Digimon decks. But yeah, I'll catch you next time.
Shh, not a zombie channel.